Prime factorization. Prime factorization occurs when we divide the number into all prime numbers. And so one method for finding these numbers is to use a factor tree. So I'll show you in the first example. So Dwight has recorded 480 minutes of IBS symptoms over the last month. What is the prime factorization of 480? So if we put 480 right here, we're going to break it down into all prime numbers, and then by multiplying all those prime numbers together, it will make up 480. So that's what it is. So 480, we notice it ends in a 0, so we can definitely divide this by 2. Well, 2 can go into 480 240 times. Feel free to go ahead and do that on the side if you aren't sure. Now 240 can be broken down into another 2 because this ends in a 0, so we know it's even. So that can be 120 there, right? 240, if it's divided by 2, it's equal to 120. So that's what we're showing here, right? 480, right, with the 2 divided by 2, right? 2 and 240 then make up 480 if we multiply those together. So if we go back up the factor tree. Now 120 can also be, right, divided by 2, because then that would be, because that ends in a 0, this is 60. Notice, so we can just keep going. And then 30 can be 2 and 15, and 15 can be broken down into 3 and 5. So we are finally done, right? We've broken this whole thing down into prime numbers. So how many 2's do we have, right? If we count, we show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 480 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. So if we multiply all of that together, it's equal to 480. But this is the prime factorization. And a shortcut, we can represent this as 2 to the 5th power times 3 times 5, right? Because there's 5 copies of 2. So we show that by the exponent. So 2 to the 5th times 3 times 5. So this is the prime factorization of 480. Now let's go ahead and look at the next example. So example 2, a second method is using a divisibility ladder. And I will show you how that works. So example 2, Raphael knows that his IBS has been caused by stress at work. To help manage this stress, he has started participating in yoga and has logged 1,890 minutes over the last 3 months. So what is the prime factorization of 1,890? So we're going to start. We'll go ahead and put a number right here. And it's going to be the same thing. We're going to divide it into all the prime numbers, right? Because then all of those multiplied together will equal 1,890. So we notice that this ends in a 0. So we can go ahead and break this down into 2, right? A prime number 2. Well, 2 can go into 1,890 how many times? Well, 2 can go into 18, 9 times. We don't have anything carried over. 2 can go into 9, 4 times. We put the 4 over the 9. And 2 times 4 is 8, and we subtract that, we get 1 left over. And we brought that down, we would have a 10. Well, 2 can go to 10 5 times. Now, feel free to go ahead and do that right on the, like this side, if you aren't sure, right? Because this would show you exactly what we just did, right? 2 can go to 9 4 times. We subtract, we get 1, bring down the 10. 2 can go to 10 5 times. We subtract, we get 0. So this is just a little bit quicker in a way if we can just keep going. Now 945 can be broken down into, right, 5, the prime number. Well, 5 can go into 945 how many times? So that's 1, carry the 4, 44, so that's 8, carry the 4, 5 can go to 45, 9 times. So now we have 189. Notice 1 plus 8 plus 9 can be divided by 3 into a whole number. So we can go ahead and divide this by 3, right, the prime number. Well, 3 can go into 18 6 times, and then 3 can go into 9 3 times. And nothing is left over, so now we have 63. Let's divide this by 3 again. 3 can go to 63 21 times, and 21 could be 3 and 7. So if we look at our prime numbers, it's all of these. So we could represent this as 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 7. We'll just go in increasing order, right? So we have 3 3s, right? And this all multiplied together, right, is equal to 1,890. But this is the prime factorization, which can be shortened to 2 times 3 to the third power times 5 times 7. So we can represent it like this.